Hi, I'm Austin from Boss, and today we're going to be talking about looping and loop stations. But particularly in this video, we're going to be talking about the RC-3 loop station. So a couple of really cool features on this. You have 3 hours of stereo recording time that's also savable to 99 onboard memory functions, which is really cool for saving ideas and saving creative notions. You also have a 2.0 USB port on it, so I can extract any of my great ideas from my RC-3 to my computer, or if I have great ideas on my computer, I can extract them to the RC-3, which is pretty awesome. It also has a built-in rhythm guide with 10 variations of rhythm, also giving you a click track to either enhance performance or to give you a great practice tool. You can also add an FS7 foot switch as an additional option to move up and down in your memory banks evenly while looping, as well as adding a stop, silent delete, and oops button to the RC-3. So in this example, I'm going to do a straight loop into the RC-3, and we're going to play that. So here it goes. So that was a little bit of playing using the RC1, and I was using the FS7 as a push once to stop the loop. I also added a couple of extra layers that you might have noticed as well in adding controls to my guitar. So this is a great way to separate some of your layers in order to enhance performance, especially when you're on a single instrument like a guitar. So the first layer I started with was with a rhythm, and the rhythm was just a hand right over the pickups, just doing a little bit of strumming. Next, I added in a little bit of a funk layer, doing kind of a funky thing in B. And then next I decided to add a bass line. And to emulate the bass sound, I went to my neck pickup and then rolled down the tone all the way to get this bass kind of tone. And then lastly, for my lead tone, I brought my tone knob back all the way up, switched to my bridge pickup to add a little bit more range to the loop sound, and added a BD2 blues driver to add a little bit of crunch and grit to the sound so I can have my lead stand out above my other 3 parts. So that's a little bit of technique on looping. Now getting into the actual functions of the RC-3 that's really cool. We mentioned before that we can have 99 onboard savable memories, and they can be switched while actually engaging in looping. So a really cool thing that I have 2 loops set up on this one, on memory banks 2 and 3. And using the FS7, we can get to those memory banks without having to lean down and push the buttons ourselves. So in order to get to those memory banks, we press the top button A once to get to memory bank 2. And as you can see, memory bank 2 has a loop on it because there is an indicator on the side, small LED display, that will show you that there is a loop already saved on there. There is also another loop saved onto memory slot 3. And now with the RC-3, you can switch between these 2 loop ideas seamlessly while playing in real time. So I'll first start with memory bank 2, and do a little bit of soloing over it. Then I'll use the FS7 foot switch to switch over to Memory Bank 3 and change the riff. First riff is in A minor, second riff is in B minor, to kind of give you a little bit of the differences so you can hear the differences between the two tracks. So here we go, starting with Memory Bank 1. So that's a really cool way that we can use the FS7 foot switch in order to enhance our performance in playing, because it's really, really great to be able to switch between intro, verse, chorus, and bridge in our songs simply by using a foot switch. Another thing we also talked about was that the RC-3 has a built-in rhythm guide. And this rhythm guide can be as simple as a basic click track with a hi-hat sound, all the way to samba beats, electronic beats, as well as shuffles. So to give you a little taste of what the drums sound like, and they're actually real drums, I'm going to do a demonstration with that using the drum beat to start, and I'll add some layers onto the last loop. For that example, I used a little bit of the DD7 delay to enhance some of the spatial qualities and sounds. I also used drum beat 4, which is going to give me a boom, cat, cat, boom, cat. A very, very simple drum beat that will line up in time. The other features of the RC-3 include a double stack knob to determine the level of both your rhythm guide track as well as your loop track, a rhythm guide on and off, but when pushed and held for 2 seconds, can select the type of rhythm that you want to hear, a tap tempo button to determine the tempo or speed of your rhythm track and or loop track, as well as capability with a 9-volt battery to take looping anywhere that you go. And the RC-3 works also great on acoustic guitar. And that is the RC-3 loop station from Boss. I'm Austin from Boss, talking about looping and loopers. Thanks a lot for watching.